Hello, everybody. Wel- Welcome back to the Otaku Brothers podcast.
Hello.
Um, that's Joseph. This is Ben, and yeah, welcome to episode 106
5.
of the podcast.
It's 105.
It's a lot of episodes, Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay, 105. God damn it.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Oh,
It's
nice.
okay.
What a way to start.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You're killing it. You're killing it. You're a little rusty. It's all right. We've been out of the game for a week or two.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. But everyone who's watching a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. I know my Thanksgiving was good. Joseph, how was your Thanksgiving?
Sorry, I was munching on some ice. No, thank you, bud. Yeah, no, my Thanksgiving was really good. Oh man, I should have done that. No, yeah, my Thanksgiving was good. It was short. I went home Monday and then got back Friday. So yeah, it was short. It was a short little visit, but got to spend some time with some fam in San Antonio. It was fun. I hadn't been to San Antonio in a while. It's funny, the one time I go, you're not there. So it was a good time.
Yeah,
regardless. Jerk. I know, but it was a good time regardless. Good getting to see the fam, but quick turnaround back to school. But we only got 2 weeks, and then it's vacation for me. Ben's always on vacation 24/7 now, so.
Heck yeah!
Heck yeah!
It's actually so nice. I see everyone all over the internet stressing about like going to Thanksgiving and having to go right back to school and take finals.
Yeah.
I don't miss that.
I know. I'm so jealous of you.
So every opportunity I get, I will shove it in someone's face. No, I do not have to worry about that.
That's fair.
Sorry.
But no, so yeah, it was a good break. But thank you all so much before we get into the rest of the podcast for liking and subscribing. We're at 195. We're so close, Ben, to 200, and that's how you know we're making it big time, Ben. I posted 2 videos and we're getting hate comments. So
yes,
it wasn't hate comments. It was somebody Ben he was trying to argue that my list was bad because he thinks that the part 4. I made a tier list for last week's video since Ben was on Thanksgiving break. So I just did a tier list video ranking the JoJo openings, and and I think it was Great Days.
I cannot wait to
I think I put it in S tier, and the Great Days intro, and he was saying that all of part 4 intros were trash and that they progressively get worse. And
can we block this guy?
Dude, I was like, that's a crazy take. So. No, yeah, I just thought that was funny. And then I posted the thing about Blue Lock.
That has to be rage bait.
I think it is. And then I posted a thing about Blue Lock, and then somebody was like, "You're actually excited for this?"
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, "Yeah, we'll get into Blue Lock later." But yeah, so it's been fun. But thank you all for everybody else for the support. It's been great. It's been good. So no, we appreciate it. But it's all.
They're boosting the algorithm.
No, for real. Commenting. No, comments are actually.
So
huge.
shout out them.
No, absolutely. So. We'll take it. We'll take anything, any comments at all. But yeah, we got a great episode for y'all today. Lots to talk about, just in life and just with anime. It feels good to be back here. If for some reason you guys see Ben like glitching a bit and just like freezing up, it's because he's on the hotspot. So that's why. But yeah,
my partner hates me.
No, it's all good, man. It happens. But yeah, before we get into some exciting news just about everything, we've got some cool news to share with you all. Ben and I are going to be attending Anime Frontier here in Fort Worth, Texas. So if any of y'all are there at Anime Frontier, say what's up.
That'd be awesome.
That would be, dude. Actually, last time I posted a short
panel.
I posted a short saying I was there, and somebody asked if I was going to be there on Saturday, and I said no. Unfortunately, I only went for one day. But we'll be there Saturday and Sunday, so it's exciting. It's gonna be Ben's first time. It's gonna be my second time, so I'm excited. So yeah, it'll be a good time. It's a good weird conglomerate of people, as you could expect. It was my first time ever going to an anime convention. It was good, and I'll probably vlog it, so it'll be fun to just do it. And yeah, maybe we'll do have a IRL podcast. It's been a minute since we've done one of those, so yeah,
that is true.
That'll be fun. But yeah, that's exciting. So that'll be cool. Something to look forward to for next week's video. But besides that, I mean, Ben, it's anything fun you do over break? Anything? Or just chill, take it easy. Read any anime or read any manga?
Um,
Watch any anime?
I had to like remote work up until Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
so I was still like working kind of. But after that, I was just chilling.
That's fair.
Did a lot of cooking,
Ooh,
not a lot of eating, surprisingly,
yeah.
which is concerning me. I usually eat a lot of Thanksgiving, but I did not this year.
Same actually.
Um, I think I went home and I think I messed up like my gut biome or something. I don't know.
Ooh,
Like I just could not. It's weird. Like I wasn't used to what I was eating at home compared to
no.
what I'm eating here.
Mm-hmm. It's
So like the appetite was just like out the door.
no. I definitely feel that it happens a lot too, especially with just the you get so used to like the diet you're on at school or at least just at home alone. And that's what's so nice. I love being able to control what I eat when it's just myself. But then when I'm just like surrounded by other
Mm-hmm.
people, I feel like it's anything can happen at any time. So it's just it messes you up. It
Yeah.
just catches you off guard. But and then your stomach usually like
Yeah.
has to adjust to it for a second. But yeah, no, it was a good time. I had fun. Went to the movies twice. It felt so good going back to the movies. I saw Gladiator 2 and then I saw A Real Pain,
Mm-hmm.
which is a really good movie. So some good movies. Not Gladiator 2 was actually very mid, but Real Pain was
Really.
awesome. So yeah, it was good. Dude, it's like unironically, I walked out of the movie and I was like, man, like remember when that whole Roman Empire meme was going around, like just about like everybody talking about the Roman Empire. I was like, dude, the Roman Empire is so
Yeah.
cool. It's just so sick. It is sick, man. Yeah, it's crazy how they just I feel like they could still be around, but if they didn't just destroy each other. But so yeah, just a good little break. It was nice. Picked up some more manga. It was good. So it was a good little break. Yeah, we missed last week's episode, so we'll cover those a bit as well this week. But in terms of anime news, I don't really think there was much anything crazy. Blue Lock got a season two, or it got an announcement that its final two episodes are going to be airing together, which is pretty sick. So yeah, but besides that, I don't really think there was anything too crazy getting announced or anything like that that I'm aware of. So, um,
The only thing that I saw over the past week was that volume 42, the last volume of My Hero, came out in Japan,
oh, the cover.
and there is a bunch of added stuff in the
Hmm,
manga. Kind of like what AOT did. Like it's the same ending, but they tweak some stuff.
yeah,
And I think it's a lot better, to be honest. It
really.
flows a lot better. There's a lot more like I guess loopholes and conclusions that
Hmm.
were needed from the original ending. Um, it's nice. I actually really enjoy the ending now. I did before, but I think now it's really solid.
Okay, there you go.
Also, Izuku and Ochako are like confirmed, so they like
Like get together.
it. Yeah.
They
So
actually do.
the internet's throwing a fuss because everyone was always like, no, it's Deku and Bakugo
Oh, bro.
together. So like all of that side of Twitter is like freaking out because they're like, what do you mean he's a straight
He's a
man?
straight male. Oh, what was
So it's
I?
such a joyous day to
I
see
was.
that.
I don't. We're not gonna get into any political talk, but I was watching a Harry Potter breakdown, and somebody was like trying to explain that. Have you watched the Harry Potter movies?
Mhm.
That so people were trying to explain that. I think they're in Goblet of Fire. Spoilers for Harry Potter: Goblet of Fire. When Cedric Diggory dies, and the scene
No.
where Harry is like crying over him, the music that is used is like a song that is like
Oh my
talking
god.
about like it's like a romantic song between like a love triangle. And so people were
Mhm.
like trying to he was explaining how people were trying to think that Harry was like maybe hinted at like a sexual relationship with Diggory or like he saw him in that
Oh my
way. And I was like, okay, I think we're reaching a little bit here, but
god.
regardless,
Holy reach.
yeah, but I thought of it more as like a symbolizing them as like really close friends and just like a platonic relationship, because they were like, oh, it's a love triangle between him and Chang, and then I was like, I think that I don't really think it was a love triangle, but so yeah, I don't know. I just thought I don't know. That's a funny little thing that I saw, but yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but
No,
um,
it's okay. I think I get what I got what you were like getting at.
yeah, just like we don't need to, like, it's of course it's that side of My Hero Twitter too, so it's that, it's the My Hero
Yeah.
fans are already off their rockers most of the time, so it's all good. But yeah, it'll be fun, Ben. Actually, that's a good segue. Whenever you're just gonna see a lot of weird characters like that whenever you go to the anime frontier. Believe it or
Okay.
not, I
What do
saw
you mean?
more. I saw more than one like 40 plus males dressed up as like Asa. Is that her name? Asuka from Evangelion. I saw quite a bit of older gentlemen dressed up as yeah, Asuka. So
I'm
it's
no promises, but I may or may not just walk out
that's fair. That's fair. So yeah,
if I see
it'll be a
that.
good
I
time.
think I'll just drive home.
But yeah, so like we said, hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. It was good getting to eat and drink and have talk to some family, watch some football, all that good stuff. And yeah, Ben, I know you were talking about your mac and cheese and that.
I'm not doing this.
Okay, all right, all right.
I'm not
We don't
doing
have
this.
to. I was ranting to Matthew and them last night, some of our buddies. I was
Oh
like,
my god, no.
I was talking.
Just you wait. Just
So,
you wait.
so yeah,
Wait till I get in that
okay,
cauldron.
we'll save it for later. But yeah, so regardless, maybe we'll do a cook-off video. We'll do that Saturday. That'd be funny. Um,
My god.
but yeah. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get into some anime. We got a lot of shows to discuss: Bleach, Dawn to Dawn, Blue Lock, Blue Box. Sorry, Daima. We'll get there eventually. But
I dropped it.
no.
Dude, I cannot watch that. I don't
maybe
know.
maybe I'll
I
binge
have
it
zero
whenever
interest
it
to
finishes.
watch
I
it.
do too. I do too. I wish it would just follow Superman like right after Super,
I
but
know.
yeah, I'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
I saw he went Super Saiyan
Did he actually?
and
Oh, okay.
he did a Kamehameha.
Oh, that's hype.
That's the most interesting thing I've seen out of the show.
Oh, that's upsetting.
So,
But yeah, so we'll get to Dragon Ball Daima eventually. But yeah, it's crazy, man. I was gonna talk about this with Ben, and it's just like this season has been so good. Um, like with those four shows, Blue Box, Blue Lock, Bleach, and Dawn to Dawn. I think this is a really good season,
yeah.
Ben. I think it's
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about like I cannot wait for us to do our end of the year award show, which well, we should probably work on soon. Just because
Yeah.
it's exciting, man. I mean, I was literally thinking about it. I was like, oh, Donadon's probably gonna win opening of the year, but then I'm just like, oh man, like Blue Lock, Blue Box, like all of these shows got some good openings, man. And then just like there's so
hmm
much good stuff that we'll get into later about each show. But yeah, I guess without further ado, we can just hop right into our shows um, that we've been watching
Yeah.
this week. Actually, before that, Ben, I want to say I'm trying to work. I need to get.
Uh,
I almost went to go get some photos printed. I want to make, like you said,
Bogo's Vintage.
a scrapbook for the Japan trip. What did I see the
I
other
was gonna
day?
do that too.
I
Not
know.
a scrapbook. I wanted to print the pictures that I took and
Hmm.
hang them up, but
Oh yeah, I want to do something like that. I guess not a scrap. I don't know how I'd do it though. Like I don't want to just like plop them on the wall. I
like
kind of want to make
I
like a.
think
I don't know.
uh what you're talking about is more of like a shadow box thing.
Yeah.
I kept like all the receipts and train tickets and
Yeah.
the bullet train passes and that stuff. So what you
Oh,
do
that's
is
sick.
like you kind of get like a canvas and then you'll put stuff on there
Yeah.
in a
Put
way
it all
with some
around.
pictures, whatnot,
Yeah.
and you put it in like this box
Hmm.
and you hang it up. That's what I was gonna do, but I never got around to it.
Yeah.
You have to like almost
I'm sure
custom make
there's
it.
some cool ones, dude. There's some like even like just like a multiple layered like frame thing I think would be fun. Or I don't know.
Hmm
Like something like maybe in the shape of like I don't know, Japan, or I don't know. Something cool. I'll figure it
Yeah, I
out
get what you're
eventually.
saying.
But yeah, I think that'd be fun. But regardless, we can just get into this week's episodes. So yeah, I mean if you don't got any other news, I don't really know. Um anything else. I don't really think I saw anything crazy going on. It's been kind of
I think
slower on that front.
there might have been something for I think it might have been a trailer for Solo Leveling because that
Oh
comes out
yes,
next month.
that's right. No, you're right. That did happen. It's already gonna be
But that's about
January.
it, I think.
Yeah, Solo
Yeah,
Leveling, Sakamoto Days is gonna be
Unk
coming out. Did you say Unk?
mid. Yeah, the monk.
Was there like another rom com that got announced that like is kind of like sus?
Probably.
I feel like I
I
heard
know
about
one
one.
that's super popular that got announced.
Oh, there
I
was
forgot what it's called.
also I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. I saw that one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pardon my
These
language.
light novels, man, they're just very odd. Um, yeah. Dang. Oh, I also saw that this was the week like the DS came out like 20 years ago or something like that. I was like, wow.
20?
Or
My
not.
sister was telling me that the
So
Wii
it's
came out 18 years ago, a couple weeks
oh,
ago.
that's insane.
I have a like super clear memory of me and my sister and my dad driving around, and it was my
Hmm.
sister's. It was something. She did something, and he's like, "We can get you a Wii or a new phone." And it was like a flip phone, but I don't know how I remember that. If the Wii was so new,
Interesting. And what'd you go for? The Wii, I hope.
no, it wasn't me. Like my dad was asking my sister. I was just
Oh.
like,
Present. Yeah.
I, I was just there, but it doesn't make sense because I was so young, and I don't know how I
Hmm.
remember that.
That sucks. Well,
Because
uh,
I talked to my dad about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." He's like, "How do you remember that? You're like 5."
so clearly, yeah. That's wild. Yeah, it's always weird. You just
I
have those weird
blows my
random
mind.
memories. Like I remember the first time my setting up my Wii, my like old house, and it was just loading up Smash Bros. And I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. But I have like random weird memories like that. I remember getting my PSP, and I was just like, that's so random.
Hmm.
Like I couldn't tell you about when I got my DSs or anything like that, but the PSP for some
Yeah.
reason, it was back when HEB had like a video game section. I mean, I think they still
Oh, I
do,
remember that.
but like an
Yeah, yeah.
actual
No,
like
they don't.
yeah,
They
like
don't have those anymore.
yeah, it's like in the like
They used to have like a whole electronics section.
yeah, it was sick. I remember back when I used to be like into
It,
Skylanders and stuff where I'd go there. Sorry, this is a random tangent, but
no.
no, but yeah, it's
You're
so
okay.
weird, man, thinking about stuff like that. Like I remember walking to like where Toys R Us used to be and just being like, damn, that's wild. Time, man, it
Yeah.
sucks. Um,
Time is cool.
I guess not really, but yeah, I just saw that another random news fact that Tennessee school districts have removed multiple manga series from their libraries, which I wish we had
Because
manga
I've
in our
never.
libraries. But they removed
We
Attack
have
on
manga
Titan. At,
at a UTSA.
that's sick. Like in the library,
Yeah.
I could not imagine renting.
I was looking for a book and I just stumbled across it. I was like, really, bro?
That's wild. I've seen them at public libraries, which public libraries I get, but that's weird. Anyways, regardless, let's get into some animes shows from the season. We can start off with Don Don. Ben, what do you think of this episode? It's like I said, it's very rare when I've actually read a manga and you haven't. So it's nice to see.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this episode. I guess the last two episodes we started this new arc, the Nessie arc. So what do you think of it?
Mhm.
What have you been thinking so far?
So I was a little worried because everyone kept saying like, "Oh, we're gonna be like defend like the manga readers are gonna be defending this episode of their lives again." But I think everyone's kind of used to and like knows how like weird the show is. Not
Mm-hmm.
weird, but like unexpected and like out there. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know the words I'm trying to get, but like it's kind of normal now in the
Mm-hmm.
show. I guess is what I'm getting at. Um, so yeah, I think everyone was kind of just over exaggerating on that part, but it was really
Definitely.
good. I really
Yeah.
enjoy the Loch Ness monster part. I like that monster. Um, and then 2 weeks ago, have you ever seen Shin Godzilla? Or
No.
the first time that they show Ness is his name Nessie? Is that what
Yeah.
people call it? Whenever they show him, they like copied not copied, but they took
Oh,
inspiration from Shin Godzilla whenever he first did the his water blast thingy,
that's pretty
and that
sick.
was really cool. Shin Godzilla is a really cool movie.
Yeah. Oh, I remember
Um,
you telling me
but
about
yeah,
that a
I
while
like
ago.
yeah yeah I like last week's episode. This week's episode even more. Um, the mantis shrimp thing is actually really funny because at work, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, me and my coworkers were talking about it. Like
Really?
he's like, I don't know, like we were eating lunch. He's like, "Have you ever heard of like a mantis shrimp?" I was like, "No, what is that?" He's like, "They like," he's like, "They punch like hard as
Yeah.
fuck, and they can just like break anything, and that's how they survive." I was like, "That's actually really interesting and scary."
Mm.
Because whenever they punch underwater, you can see them like, um, ah, fuck, like something catches on fire almost because of how hard they punch. Yeah,
Dang, I didn't know it
it's
was
really
that hard.
cool actually.
I like
And
how they
so
they show like a little clip of it.
come in a yeah, so come a couple weeks, and I'm like, what is happening? Um, but yeah, the mantis shrimp was really cool. I'm glad they
Mhm.
incorporated that because actually a really unique creature, and it's really fun to watch. And I was really caught off guard by it. Also, the song that the punching guy is singing is
Oh,
an ABBA song.
really?
I didn't know. Yeah, I saw a
What?
clip of it.
That's
It's so
awesome.
weird. I know. Um, yeah. So there's a song that ABBA sings, and it's just cheeky, cheeky, whatever he's saying.
The
Um,
Japanese man, whatever.
yeah.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know if the Japanese businessman is a reference to something, but uh, if he is, I didn't see it. But I think he's cool.
Yeah.
And the whole transformation, whenever they grouped together, that was cool. It kind of made it look a lot more like the Loch Ness monster.
Hmm.
Um, that was cool.
Yeah. What do you think of? What have you been thinking of Ira? I know she kind of was at first. Her character's kind of changed a bit since we first met her. So is she growing on you? What do you think of her? You like her acrobatic silky
I
form?
like her. I like her.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
like
Like how
I
dumb she
like love
is.
triangles because it always fucks stuff up.
It is. It is.
I think that's funny. That's funny.
It is. It's
I think
so lighthearted.
after I'm assuming after or next week's episode is kind of them talking about everything, unless it's
Hmm.
just more action. But I think after next week's episode, I'll kind of like solidify my stance on her.
Hmm.
But I like her.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Well,
She's
yeah.
weird though.
No, it's great. It was a great 2 episodes. I loved
Well, crazy.
them. I loved the one thing I love about this show is that it's done so far in the manga too. Is just how like it's so cool seeing it incorporate real like folklore monsters and like mixing it with aliens and supernatural stuff. It's so fun. It is such a cool concept, and then the way they execute it together is just so well with the characters like Momo and Ira, Okarun. They're just such a good mix.
I came across something really interesting the other day.
Hmm.
Um, so there's old stories in like rural America where people raise like cattle and stuff. You know, like the whole UFOs and the field
Yeah.
circles and whatnot,
Oh.
that stuff. So there's actually people who have heard, or they tell stories about how their cows would
Hmm.
be like drained of blood and they wouldn't have their reproductive organs. I thought that was really interesting because the first thing I thought of was
Interesting.
Donadon. And I was like,
That's
well,
awesome. Yeah,
I thought it
no,
was
I
really
mean
funny.
that's probably where it got its inspiration from. To be honest, I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's just random, it's just random stuff like that that people say, and then you're just like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. But no, it's exciting. It sucks that it's crazy how the season's already almost over. It's been going by so fast. But yeah,
Yeah.
we got probably one more arc left. I'm excited. This next arc is really good with Gigi. Um, and it's long though. I don't know how they're gonna fit. They've been doing a pretty good fitting these arcs into like 1 or 2 episodes, but it's a lot. It's pretty like it's a decent length. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna fit it all into the remaining episodes. But I'm excited. I just finished the arc in the manga right now, so I'm not too far ahead in the manga, but it's a good arc. I like it a lot
Hmm.
so far, and yeah, that's so far. It's just been getting better and better each arc, and I've really been liking it. How it's just like them kind of battling a new monster with this like overarching plot of Okarun trying to get his gold balls back. So that was fun. I liked
So
the
blunt.
bit in the last week's episode, I think, where they're playing baseball and they swing it into they, um they like throw a pitch at him to get it back in him. So that was funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a great time. I'm loving it. Hopefully, it gets announced for season 2 pretty soon, which I think it will. Science Saru has been killing it. The animation is just so good too. Like that scene where Momo like finally is underwater, and then she's like using her
Yeah.
power to like bring it down. It's a good time. I've really been liking it a lot. So it's good. It's good. I really like the voice actors too. I think it's really cool seeing Okarun's voice actor, the guy who does Tanjiro, kind of play more into the nerdier side. We usually see him kind of all serious, and we have the funny moments, but just getting to see him as more of the awkward, quirky, weird character is fun. And then we also got a lot of fan service this week, Ben. I think that's what a lot of people were worried about, but
I don't know if
um,
that's fan service.
um,
It's in the manga, is it not? I don't know if
then
that's fan
we're
service.
not doing this debate again. But yeah, so that happened.
I'll die
But
by it.
I will say, next arc, there's none of that, so don't worry about that. Um, so yeah, it's just a good time. I've been liking it a lot. It's good. Like I said, it's been feeling that Mob Psycho Chainsaw Man esque void that we've been missing. So it's been a
Mhm.
nice refresher for a while. Very colorful too. It's very. I love how we get so many different like colors, Ben, from like the shows that we're watching. Like Dandadan feels like
Yeah.
a comic book. Then we get Blue Lock, which is like more poppy, and then we get into Bleach, which is dark, and then Blue Box, which is more just like natural, I guess. But
Mhm.
so it's really cool getting to see all the different art styles and the variety we have this season, which is always nice. But yeah, so that's Dandadan. I think that's a good segue though into. Actually, I don't know which one. What do you want to talk about next, Ben? Do you want to get Blue Box out of the way?
Sure. Yes.
They did it again,
Yes.
Ben.
I hated this episode.
They did it again.
I
Uh,
hated this episode. I don't get the need. Did it
I
what's that meme like this writing is fire?
yeah,
That guy who's just like
just leaned over.
I don't see the need for him to stand up and like what do you, I need like a
I was
super
gonna,
well animated sequence of what happened
I was gonna say
because he
this.
stood up. He stood up. He what did she do to have him fall back on the bed?
Yeah.
Or did
Well, he
he
got
fall back on the
dizzy. He
bed
said he
and
got.
she just
She. I don't know.
yes, he
Oh
got
yeah.
dizzy. But he stand up, get dizzy and fall back down. Then
Yeah.
what is she doing?
I can I address something too, which is a trope that I've started to see in rom coms, which I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but like I think this is too fake. They just need to. It's because they're high schoolers. I think this is. It's because they're high schoolers. Is my thing that they can't like show them like drinking alcohol or anything. My whole thing. I hate this trope, Ben, in rom coms where whenever somebody gets like sick, they become like they're drunk or something like that, and they're just like, oh, I can't remember what I'm saying. Like I'm all like fuzzy and dizzy, and then I just start talking, and I'm just like, oh, did I say that? I'm not really like present. Oh, I was so sick. Like has that
Mhm.
ever happened to you, Ben? Like where you're that sick to where you're like mumbling and you're just like you don't know what you're doing? Because I mean that's never happened to me, but I'm just like I feel
Uh,
like this
well, I
is
think
it's
usually that happens because of like the medicine. I would
I
think
I guess, but even
maybe
then, I've
like if you
never
take like
been.
Nyquil or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I usually just feel like I fall asleep regularly. Like I'll just like start. I don't know. It kind of seems like they're drunk, and like that's always the vibe I get that they're trying to like play into. Um, and I'm just like I feel like it's because they're high schoolers that they have to do this. But regardless, I'm just like really like the fact that he's so sick and dizzy that he's like can barely like what other rom com did I think it was was it Rent a Girlfriend or oh it was Nagatoro that
Probably.
it was Nagatoro that did it. He gets like super sick and then he's like laying there and then he like starts like mumbling and like saying like how he really feels and I'm like okay man.
Mhm.
but um but yeah no so but regardless yeah so for context about the episode Taiki last week's episode didn't end up getting into nationals and like I said, we talked about it last time we did the episode on Blue Box, but I really like it, man. It's I really like how I wasn't expecting him, I was expecting him to win. It was a very big shocker that he didn't, and I really like it. I like that they did that. Like I said, it's really cool seeing them talk sports, and us watching Blue Lock and then me and Ben also being avid sports fans, it's very cool to see, and like we understand both of us having played sports in our lives that it's just it sucks. Like you want to win and you do all this, and then you just doesn't happen. So seeing him deal with that
Yeah.
was really cool. Especially I think because Chinatsu's like older than him, so she's kind of like already a little bit more mature and has more experience under her belt. So it was kind of just cool getting to see the differences between them two, of one a little bit younger going through that, and her maturing and already excited to make it to nationals with her baseball or basketball team. So I don't know, I like this, I like the sports aspect of it, but then yeah, getting into this episode, I was like, how's it gonna go? And then just to see him turn and get sick, I don't know, Ben. I'm expecting something has to happen like next episode. I can't see them walking this off.
Honestly, like a death usually fits in pretty well
A death is
in these
crazy.
places. See what
Hina just bites the
I don't know
bullet
who would
for
die. Yeah,
it. Hmm.
that usually gets my attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it gives the main characters something to bond over. I don't think that's ever happened
That's
in a show.
wild. No, yeah. It's
Just throwing that out there. I
no,
don't know.
that's yeah. But
Makes it interesting.
regardless, it was a good episode. It was just
It
not
was.
fan service, but just like come on. I feel like you could have better wrote that scene. Um, I don't know.
I actually no, I genuinely need like 120 frame per second sequence of how they both
Breakdown.
ended up on that bed.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't
I need
know.
someone to like recreate it.
I think I'm just spoiled from my dress up darling. I want to know more of what's going through her head, um, like
Yeah.
badly. So, because we
Yeah.
feel like we've only gotten like cryptic like snippets, and I'm just like, what does that even mean? So, um, I don't know, but
I
regardless,
I really hope she pulls a card and she's like, "Yeah, I'm actually related to you."
and then we'd come, and then it'd be
And then I
one
drop the
step
show,
closer. It'd be one step closer to domestic girlfriend, not
closer to
fully.
domestic girlfriend. Yep. So
But I said
you're
not fully,
admitting
but no, I said not fully because
your
they're not
admission
related. But
admission.
regardless, yeah, it was good. It was a good episode. I can't. My feelings, um, it was just like, oh, bro, it literally felt like it wanted to be that dress up scene so bad of them in the Love Hotel, so bad, but it wasn't. So, but I will say, I really love the voice actors for this show. I think Chinatsu and
Mhm.
Taiki, they're casted so well. I love how they're not like, I don't know, this anime just feels like so real compared to
Yeah.
like anything we've watched, even any rom-com. Like their voices, they sound like real people, and it seems like I will give it its flowers for it, like up until this episode, which was definitely the most tropey. Like it's felt like a real show. Like I mean, if it was live action, I feel like nothing would change at all. So I really appreciate that. It's been good. It's been really good. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's Blue Box. Also, really banging intro. I really like the intro too. So yeah, that's Blue Box. It was a good time. It was a good time. But yeah, I don't really got much else to say about that. So I've been enjoying it. It's been fun, and it's also coming to an end pretty soon here, I think. So it's gonna be sad, man, once the season ends. Because what do we got slated for January, Ben? Just what, Sakamoto days and solo leveling? Is that all the big stuff?
Yeah, a bunch of mid, it seems like. So
I don't know. I'm excited for Sakamoto days. Looks fun, but
I'm actually I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it.
why's that? Or another time.
I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that's fair. But so yeah. Regardless, that's Blue Box. Stay tuned. It's coming to an end pretty soon, so I'm excited for us to give our final reviews and thoughts. But yeah, so moving on. Should we talk about Bleach or Blue Block, Ben? What do you want to do?
Blue Lock.
Blue Lock. All right,
Blue
let's do it.
Lock.
So Blue Lock. This was kind of a little bit of a not slower episode, a more lore heavy episode. For the first time in a minute, it was really cool getting to see outside perspectives, some more background on Rin and his brother. As we finally get to know why Rin is the way he is, and it's a kind of depressing backstory. But I started watching
Yeah.
it coming off the hype of I'm a big Rockets fan. The Rockets winning an awesome game, so I was hyped, ready to watch some sports. and I liked it, man. It fueled me. It got the fire going, and I was ready to watch some soccer, which unfortunately doesn't happen this episode, but it was good getting to hear some lore about Rin. I like it. I like it. I think it was cool. Again, kind of similar to Blue Box. You kind of get that rude awakening about sports
Hmm.
and being competitive and what it means to want to be the best. We get this sad backstory about Rin and his brother. But what's kind of interesting is that I kind of see it from both sides. Like, I see Rin's brother's perspective too. Um, as you know, you kind of think that you're the best and that everything's going to be so easy, and then you kind of travel outside of your bubble and realize like, oh my god, it's a big world and there's always going to be somebody that's better than me. And Rin's brother kind of sees that, and that's kind of what leads him to wanting to go from being a striker to a midfielder, it seems, and being the best in the world instead of just Japan.
Hmm.
And I thought that was really cool. I think the way he handled it was very poor to his brother, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, just a little bit. But regardless, I mean, I kind of you get that. I mean, that's a real feeling that a lot of athletes have, and I thought it was really cool to see play out. And I like it. I liked it. It was cool. We got some. The animation was really good this episode, I will say. It's
Hmm.
very felt very cinematic, which was nice. So maybe the budget is
Yeah.
gonna be used towards the end of the season. Um,
Better. The the second half is a lot more, I feel like, action heavy. I feel like a lot more happens in the second half than the
mhm.
first half, because the first half kind of flew by,
It did. It went by
but
quick.
the second half I feel like it takes a lot longer to get through.
Hmm.
Um, they actually left out a very, I wouldn't say important panel, but a really cool panel that I was excited for, and I didn't see it. And it turns out they just cut it completely. I don't know
Oh,
why.
well, that sucks.
Um, are you capturing like the entire Discord
Yeah.
thing, or is it just
So
like
if you share
us?
your screen,
Okay, I'm gonna share this. What I like about the manga is that you can see like the
oh
characters have aura. Like
yeah,
I
Aura,
like that's hard as fuck to
Aura's
me. I don't know why,
that is pretty sick.
but it pisses me off that they left that out. Cause that's a really like I don't know. That's a really cool panel, and I like it.
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I think
Well, we got the yeah. I don't think
most
we didn't get the big shot of him right there. But we got the
no, we
dialogue.
didn't
I
get
think.
the wings part. We didn't
Yeah.
get this part of him, which I pissed
Oh,
off
their
about.
wings. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Maybe I will read
So
the manga.
huge. Last week's episode, I was gonna tell you just to read it because last week's episode was so shit for
Last week's
what.
episode was that's when they score the goal again, right? When Rin scores.
Yeah, but there is a. I might try to find it over on here. I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
I probably will be able to. But if you haven't caught on by now, each player has their own like distinctive like aura,
Hmm.
kind of.
See,
So we see at the
that's
beginning of the match that IQ, he has the snake, right?
yeah.
Um,
I was about to ask you about that. I feel like that's one thing that seems to be a lot more prevalent in the manga that they haven't shown. Like that and the chains too.
mhm.
Like it seems like you talk a lot about the chains being a big deal, and I feel like that hasn't really been something that's been like really
The
touched upon.
chains they really haven't touched on those yet. There's only a handful of times that they do it in the manga, like directly.
Hmm.
Um, but most of the time it's more of like based off of their character. Like the chains on the manga cover, they correlate between the personality of the character and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me try to find that.
Oh, did you
But
frame?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
sorry. I was gonna ask
what?
about
No,
your
go ahead.
photos in the background. If you framed them, the F1 ones.
These?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah,
sick. Those look cool.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's the next stuff is really good. Like I was saying, there's a lot of action. Fuck, dude, can I find this?
Let's see. But I also like how I'm glad. One thing
Yeah.
that I'm happy that's finally happening is I love how he, oh my god, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Our main character, what's his name?
Isagi.
Isagi. Yeah, I don't know why I was trying to say like Itachi. Yeah, Isagi. Um, uh, yeah, I'm really happy he's finally getting recognition. It seems like I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like up until this point, um, it felt like he was kind of just getting put into the matches because he was like the main character. But I will say it was really cool getting to see like Ego finally recognize him and be like, yeah, it's because Isagi's playing alongside Rin that this is able to happen. And I was like, okay, because
Hmm.
up until this point, it seemed like everybody on the team like had a reason to be there, and I was like, Isagi kind of, he looks the most basic. He kind of just seems like he's there because he's the main character. But it was really cool finally getting to see him be acknowledged and showcasing his talents the way he has been, what his role is on the team. I really liked that. That was a cool little
Hmm.
side bit. And then we also get to see Isagi's parents as well as Bachira's and Chiguru's parents. So
Yeah.
that was silly. But yeah, it was also cool just getting to see like the smaller sides, the little things like that, getting to play out and be like, hey, just to recognize that these are people too. And they have families and stuff like that, which was cool. But overall, it was a good episode, and I'm excited to see how our antenna boy fares in the next couple episodes. I feel like he's gonna get into some heat.
Antenna
So,
boy.
mm-hmm.
Hmm. I'm trying to find it. Uh, so there's where is it? There's one panel specifically when Rin and his brother were going at it in last week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think they did it all right, but this is what it looks like in the manga. I like comparing it to them, or I like when they show scenes side by side. Um, but it's weird because there's a point where it feels like the manga almost has more fluidity than the show.
Interesting. Yeah, he said the nutmeg. Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
So there's that.
I remember that one.
Um, I don't. I'm scared of you like pulling up a spoiler or something,
Yeah, fair enough.
so I stop streaming every time. And then there's this of Rin's goal. The Some of the goals I feel like they don't have enough like impact.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Rin's goal, it didn't feel like
Yeah, I feel like
I
it
don't
just kind
know,
of
like
happened.
flashy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but I don't know. It's just yeah. I think Nagi's goal gave me some hope
Mm-hmm.
that the second half will be a lot better, but
I know. I really want to go back and find out what my score prediction was for the arc.
yeah. It was, you said it was really high. It was like 7-6.
Oh yeah, I think I said like 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
Which still, I guess it might not be at this rate, but
It's really high.
yeah, I just thought more people would score. I thought it would be like since they're strikers, but yeah, I guess they are playing a team with
Mm.
real defenders. So,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, but Blue Lock, it was a good time. It was a good episode. We only got a couple more left, like 5, I think Ben was saying. So yeah, it's
Yep.
still gonna be around for a bit. 5 weeks from now, man. What's gonna be going on then? Shoot,
That's crazy.
might be in Colorado. So,
Oh.
I know.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, um, but yeah. Anyways, that was Blue Lock. Moving on to our third B show of the season. We got Bleach, or Peach as we call it here on the channel. I want to talk first about last week's episode because we missed out on it because we just didn't upload. But
Mhm.
it was a good episode last week. We got to see two captains fight back to back. I'm gonna butcher his name. It starts with an M, right? Some uh the the
Dude, why am I forgetting his name right now?
he's the weird captain, the one who's
The
voiced by
weird one.
Frieza.
Myri, sorry, Myri.
Yes, Myri.
You're
So
right. Did start with an
he ends up releasing his newly formed Bankai, and I loved it. I love his character so much. He is such a cool, unique character. Um,
Hmm.
I just feel like Bleach is such a mature show compared to like other shonens. Um, it really
Hmm.
does like even like the vocabulary and like the themes. I just feel like are so much more like mature than what we've been seeing. But it is so cool. It is
Yeah.
so creative, and it goes to very dark like places, but also like weird dark imagery. Like seeing his Bankai appear as like the fetus of a child, and then morphing, and then slowly growing, and then like to be a baby, then giving birth to like another baby. It was very cool.
Yeah.
I really liked the imagery and just like the symbolism and like how it represents his whole character as a whole. I thought was so awesome. And then his fight against, I think that character started with a P. I don't. I'm not the 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 Quincy he fought, which turns out to be the left
Yeah.
hand of the Soul King. So that was awesome. And then it seems like we
Hmm.
kind of don't get a full resolution to the fight. It seems like maybe he lost, or not lost, but like there's more to it. At the end of it, once the golden baby swallows the hand, and it seems like he might, I don't know, like come out. But again, going back to the whole thing, I just want to say like props to Kubo, man. This like he is so creative. It is so creative. Everything like just seeing like it was so cool seeing the like hand, like its ability was to control nerves and like how its nerves can spread
Yeah.
to any surface and then control. And I was like, this is so sick. Like I don't get how he's been able to like come up with so many creative characters for so long.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
like the only real thing I could compare it to is I guess like JoJo's and One Piece. Like I mean like just the longevity and just be able to create so many like for so long is like it's impressive. So
Yeah.
I will give him that, man. It's very creative and that continues throughout this episode where we see Kyoraku fighting the other Quincy who's his letter was X, right? So he's it was very cool. Like I don't know, it was just some good fights and getting to see Kyoraku's Bankai for the first time, and just again how unique it is that his whole like Zanpakuto's ability centers around um, children's games is just so cool, and
Yeah.
I just think so unique. So I've been liking it a
Yeah. It's
lot,
really cool.
and just seeing like how insane his Bankai was really cool. Um,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little confused. If I told you I knew 100% what was going on, I'd be lying. But I thought it was
It is
awesome.
very confusing.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
lot. Um, I
it is a lot.
so
It's a
yeah,
lot to remember, like each person's ability and
yeah.
like how it works.
Hmm.
Because there's a lot. There is a lot. Um, and even with Kyoraku's, like, it is hard to grasp what is happening.
Hmm.
It's like I feel to the viewer whenever they stop and like explain it to the other guy, like what's happening. I
Yeah,
guess it's more so for us. I feel like, but yeah, no, this is really cool. I was surprised that it was like an orange yellowish like aura almost whenever he did it.
yeah.
Um, because this whole thing is like being like, or his whole Bankai has like darkness and that
The shadow.
that side of things.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was surprised it was like yellowish. I don't know where that came from,
yeah,
but nonetheless, it was still pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
yeah. That was awesome. And then just the whole underwater sequence was really cool with that woman. Who was that supposed to be her?
Hmm.
Is that supposed to be like her kimono that he's wearing, or was that like?
I think no,
Because I know
no,
she said that's some other woman's, but I was like, oh,
yeah,
maybe she's like, I don't know, big.
no. I think that might get covered in a couple episodes. There might be a lore dump coming up soon. I think.
Okay.
Um, but yeah.
But yeah, regardless, it was a good episode. I'm excited to see the rest of the fights unfold eventually.
Hmm.
It's exciting. I've been loving it, so can't complain. It's just Bleach fans eating good. So these past
Yeah.
two episodes have been great. Excited to see Ichigo throw down with that other Quincy, and then see Shinji, Soifan, Yoruichi, all those guys get to have their next fights. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Not much else to say except it's peak and
Mm-hmm.
it's been great. So it's gonna be very hard for me to choose my anime of the year. That's all I'm gonna say. So
Yeah, no, there's some tough competition.
we got to compile everything that we
We do need
watched
to go
this
back.
year. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I don't even remember what
yeah.
we were like
Um,
talking about in the other seasons. So yeah, I really don't even remember what came out this year. I guess bless you. I guess it was like Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. I really need to go back
I don't.
and look because I don't remember. My Hero is airing.
Oh, okay. I didn't even finish my hero. That's right. I need to. Bless you. Bless you. Let me see. Let me see if I
Thank
can
you.
catch anything. Oh, Tower of God. Oh, that season was rough. Oh, I guess Loser Ranger. Loser Ranger.
Was it the beginning of the year?
Yeah, Kaiju number 8. Oh, okay. I remember Kaiju number 8.
A
Yeah,
peak.
yeah. Um, what else do we have? I don't know what else we had. TBH. Yeah, Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling Season 1. Was JJK this year? No, right? Is the Shibuya Incident arc this year?
I think it ended early. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know.
Definitely.
That was a pretty long season.
It was.
It was like what, 18 episodes? No, it was a whole half year, right?
Mm-hmm. Man.
I think. I don't remember actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, regardless. Oh my God, I gotta sneeze now. But yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I got, Ben. What about you? Anything else?
Nada.
Nothing. All right. Well, perfect.
Nothing.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of the Otaku Brothers podcast. We hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for tuning in every week. We really appreciate it. And we are back. Stay tuned next week for another awesome episode. And then maybe a vlog coming soon of Anime Frontier in a couple weeks. So that'll be fun. But yeah, we will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, comment down below who your favorite waifu is. And we'll see you all in the next video. Arrivederci.
Bye bye.
Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, that's a dead meme now.
Don't.
I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say